Hello and welcome back to Forza Horizon for another car build. Kind of. I've already built the car. I had an audio recording building this car, and then it broke. So here I am, take 2. The car's already built to S1 class. And, well, the car in question is an Ascari KZ1R. I'm so glad to see this back in Forza. It is amazing. And its stats are pretty good, or pretty promising-ish. It is very grippy. It starts off in S1 class already as a supercar. Has 600 horsepower, 460 torque, weighs just 2,700 pounds. So the power-to-weight ratio isn't nowhere near as good as the other vehicles, as you can hopefully see here. Yeah, here's the Morgan. That has 726 horsepower and the same weight. Over here, somewhere is... Oh, wait. Never mind. The Mustang is somewhere in the similar range. So on paper, it doesn't seem like an advantage. However, that can mean more control and potentially a better lap time. So this will actually be particularly interesting. I don't know how this will fare. Because again, it has a very good power, it has a poor power-to-weight ratio, all things considered. I mean, this is a very good power-to-weight ratio for normal cars, but when you're modifying them in Forza, this is pretty rubbish, especially in S1 class. So, is the Ascari screwed? Well, I hope not. I love this car. It's amazing. And 2, will it be good to drive? Haven't actually driven it yet. The audio recording crashed before I got to the recording for this, the rally series. So, I actually have absolutely zero clue. What I do know is I love the look of it. I know it's generic. I know it's very, very super generic. But I don't care. And it doesn't have the ground clearance advantage. Luckily, there's actually not too many jumps except for A, here, which isn't actually part of the rally stage. It's just part of the, well, place to get the AIs to run off so I can start at the 1 minute mark. And we have to try to beat, well, that is the Ford Debris Mustang with a 144, I believe, not a 144, 146. And, that's pretty good, I think. But we'll have to see if the mighty Ascari can do better. This actually has its stock engine naturally aspirated. I didn't need any fancy turbocharger or anything for this, so that was actually very cool. So we get to the naturally aspirated Fury for this one, which is a little rare these days, having naturally aspirated cars in top of S1 class in Forza. It's very rare. Don't hit that wall is bad, that wall is not your friend. A little bit of a four-wheel drift there. Oh, I like the turn. The turn is very good. This does have massive tires, 285s on the front, 365s on the rear, I believe. So, pretty darn sizable tires. And it is paying off. Look at this. This is true grip. I'm not struggling to keep this thing under control. I'm struggling to push it harder because I want to push it hard, but I have that inner feeling of terror that if I do, it will spin off the road and die. And it's just not happening. This is pretty darn good. Through the double apex corner, handbrake it, clip the apex, perfect there. Good there, perfect apex. Can we do this here? Yes, that was glorious. What is going on here? I actually don't know. I'm actually doing a good first run. This has never happened before. Cut the apex there. Oh, maybe a little late, maybe a little late, maybe a little late. No, we recovered it. Not the best braking zone. I hit the tables like an idiot. But we got that stopped. I didn't expect that. That's almost as fast as the Morgan down there. Will we get airtime? We will get airtime. And we can still just about get it stopped. We run wide. But we can get it stopped. That is impressive. Does not like the bumps, though. Does not like the bumps. Oh, 145. That is seriously fast. That is scarily fast. Wow. Okay. That's good. I think this car has a real shot of doing fantastically well. Okay. I will be honest, except for the tables and the slight outbraking in the last two corners, that was a very, very good run. I'm not sure how I'm going to top that with this car, besides those two things, and then everything else has to be pretty much spot on just to match that. That was impressive. Ah, that doesn't help. I said avoid the walls, and I didn't avoid the walls that time. That's not good. That does not help our time. That was very close. Carrying 61 miles an hour there, that's impressive. Doesn't seem impressive for a 600 horsepower supercar. However, we're on gravel. So carrying 60 miles an hour through there, that's pretty darn good. Now, it does not like that corner back there. It does not like that corner at all. It's 130 down the straightaway, though. That's as fast as the Morgan, and the Morgan has almost 200 horsepower more. That, my friends, is the definition of utilizing power. Because the Morgan spun its wheels up because it's lightweight. Way too lightweight. This has all the traction you ever need on the Earth. I mean, it is an incredible machine. It has so much traction, it gets understeer, and then you ruin your run like a nincompoop. Damn it, I don't think it's going to be faster. It is definitely not going to be faster, unless I pull off a miracle last few corners, which I don't think so. I also need to turn off the racing line, because I'm instinctively getting on the brakes when I don't need to, which is just fantastic. Better run through there. Gonna do a down on the brakes there, just to get it stopped. Oh yeah, I didn't mean to do that. Straight line it like the Fiesta. 115 miles an hour across the line. There we go. Was it better? It was actually better somehow. Okay, 24.8. That was like 2 or 3 tenths of a second better. Okay. Definitely room for improvement as we head on to this final attempt. Alright, final attempt with the Ascari. We've had 2 pretty decent runs. Now we just need to solidify it. Don't make any mistakes. Carry some good speed. Don't get understeer. That is our rules for this race right now. There's a tree in the way. The AIs were especially derpy today, as it seems, setting up. Because, one, they got lost. Then, one of them spun out a Focus RS somehow, at about 10 miles an hour. Another one missed a checkpoint somehow. Another one got, stuck, and another one knocked down the tree. So, yeah, not the best day the AIs have ever had. We did a very good first sector there, I will point that out. That was a very good first sector. Heading up to about 125 miles an hour. Not as fast, but speed is not the main point of this rally. In fact, it has very little to do with this rally because there's just so many acceleration zones, and I will admit that is where this vehicle does struggle. It does not have the best acceleration we have ever seen. That's just because it doesn't have the power. I mean, handling is all well and good, and it's very useful for this section especially, but if you can't accelerate on these short zones, you are going to struggle. It's just a fact. I love this car, and I love how it handles, but it does need perhaps a little more power. I will be honest, it does need perhaps a little more power. However, this run right now is doing amazing. I mean, I ran wide there, but that was the only about negative side. I did get a hit of oversteer, and then I completely screwed up that corner like an absolute idiot. So the corner cut literally gave zero benefit because I stopped on the line, basically. But it was faster. It was faster. 2:44.6. 2/10 of a second faster. So that is our fastest time. 2:44.6. Not bad. Not bad. I don't know where that goes on the table. I think that is the fastest time we have ever had. And indeed it is the fastest time we have ever had, but not by very much. By 1/10 of a second it beats the Mustang, propelling it to the top of the table. There we go. I'm very pleased with that. The first 3/4 of the run were absolutely perfect. I could not ask for a better start to a run in my life. And then I had to say it was doing very well, and I outbraked twice, ran wide, and nearly spun it. So that probably should have been in the 144, like 144.0, 143.9 era. But, I mean, to go to the top of the table with less than 600 horsepower, that's pretty darn good. That's pretty darn good. I think that will be one of our least powerful cars in the top 10 for the foreseeable future. That's pretty darn good. That's very good, actually, for the power figure. I mean, that is all handling. That is all handling time. It does not have... It has the speed, but only if you get it spot on. Where it really comes into its own is the corners, because it doesn't have the power-to-weight ratio. And that acceleration, if it just had 50 to 100 more horsepower, it would do significantly better, I feel. Because it has handling to spare. It's just a matter of getting that weight going. I say weight, it's 2,700 pounds, but getting that car moving in any form of speed, it does take a lot. But despite that, the KZR1 did go to the top of the table. I'm very pleased with that. So yeah, ends on a high note, I think. That's going to be it for this episode, though, of Forza Horizon 4. I'll be back with more.